Kalen DeBoer doing it again in the transfer portal. How about this? Big offensive lineman, Geno VanDeMark. We talked about that yesterday. Let's get in depth with what's going on at Alabama in that transfer portal. King Mack. Hey, we got him too. Coach DeBoer, feeling pretty good about life. What about Nate Oates? Adding to the schedule. Purdue, now McNeese State. Why is that McNeese State interesting? Well, I'm going to tell you why. And Brett loves the Stallions. All that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends. We're trying to build this audience. We want to make sure that you guys are subscribers to what we're doing. We just hit over 5,500 subscribers. Help us get to 10,000. Can we do that? Roll Tide, everybody. Let's get the party started. All right, what do you say, everybody? Welcome to the Bama Tailgate channel. Talking every day, Alabama football. That's Brett Elmore, Big Sexy. You know him, Big Sexy Elmo. I'm Mick Gillispie at Brett Elmore Show, at Broadcaster Mick. And, man, what a weekend it's been for the Tide. Brett, you came on. It was happening. Let's get out there and talk about it. Geno VanDeMark from Michigan State comes to Alabama. Gives Alabama some interior depth on that offensive line.
Bang, bang. It just happened. Bang, bang. Just like that. Yesterday afternoon. Yeah. Geno VanDeMark, formerly of Michigan State, makes the news official, transferring to Alabama like we expected. And man, this is just another huge get for Alabama. I mean, adding depth through the line of offensive line and experience depth. You know, a guy that's played a couple of years for Michigan State, and he has the experience. So this is a big addition for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, no doubt. And then King Mack, we kind of knew this. We were fairly confident that Alabama was going to get the three transfers that we thought they were going to get. Right, DeBoer had said, we would love to have some help on the offensive line. He said, we need some help in the secondary. We got that with Jones and now with Mack. And then you get the interior help with VanDeMark, and that goes with the other guys. And I guess that leads us to this right here. You know, what's the list look like of the players that have transferred to Alabama under Coach DeBoer?
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it a little bit on the live yesterday when we were talking about VanDeMark. Just the number of additions that we've made in the portal under Coach DeBoer. So let's take a look at it from top to bottom here. Obviously, the four guys from Washington, Austin Mack. We got the offensive lineman in Brailsford, Jeremy Bernard at receiver. Josh Cuevas from Washington at tight end.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he came over, and I forgot about him too until I sat down and really started looking at this list. And things happen so quick. Every week it's something new, and you almost forget about some of these guys. Keon Sabb from Michigan.
That was a big one right there.
That was a big one. The DB that we needed. Proctor from Iowa, sort of, you know.
Yeah, he was here and left, but welcome back. I'm glad he's back.
He left and came back, but anyway, we're going to count that, okay? Another big one that you may forget about, but is very, very important, is that kicker from Miami of Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Graham Nicholson.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him too.
DB Cam Howard from Charlotte.
Yep.
Deshaun Jones from Wake Forest.
Yeah.
King Mack, and now Geno VanDeMark.
Yeah, some pretty good players there. I mean, really, we lost so many guys before DeBoer really had a chance to get there and talk to everyone. And, the money was flying. And Just the way that it worked, we lost some really good players in the secondary, most notably. But with that said, they go out and they get some guys. I'm not saying that our secondary is going to be even as close to as good as what we've grown accustomed to, but at least they've added some players there. You lose Reichard, you go out and get the guy that beat him for best kicker in the country, so that helps you. We saw Bernard, catching passes at the 8A game. He did a good job. A couple offensive linemen. Proctor was one of the second guy. It was the two guys that hurt the most to me that left was Downs and Proctor, and we got Proctor back. And there was rumors that they were working on Downs coming back, but he didn't. So, that's what you got right now. But I think DeBoer's done a nice job.
Yeah, I think it's pretty stout, and I give him an A, for coming in, and he's still. You forget sometimes this guy has not coached a down of football at Alabama yet,
Right.
But I still think the job that he's done from taking over from the legend Coach Saban to this point, I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, no doubt. And Alabama had to go out and do this because there were definitely some, especially in that cornerback and safety area, where they were really going to have to rebuild. And, and now I'm wondering if some of the guys maybe that are listed as safety don't slide up and play cornerback,
Right.
But I mean, I know it's two different positions, but they're both in the secondary. So, I mean, a lot of those guys can do both. But
yeah, that's true.
Let's talk some football, and a great job too, by the way, you jumping on and sharing the news with everybody. What was going on.
I share the joy.
Hey guys, I'm going to share some joy with you guys too before we talk basketball. NewLifeArt.com, promo code Bama Tailgate. Right now, that promo code gets you a pretty good deal. I'd say 25% off orders, excluding new releases, 25% off. I mean, and I've got a whole room of different prints, including this one right here that sits right next to me. I see it every time I look over. It's us shutting out LSU in the national championship game. What a beautiful, I was sitting at the 50-yard line up second row, first row, upper deck. My crew was. It was great. Roll Tide, everybody. But use that promo code newlifeart.com. Daniel Moore, best in the business. And that, just excluding new releases. But there's a lot of stuff that you probably have been saying, hey, I want. And now you have a chance to get that. All right. Basketball adds McNeese State to the schedule. Brett, tell everyone why this is interesting.
It's a great non-conference game, but it's a non-conference game with a familiar foe. Will Wade's the coach there, the guy that got canned at LSU.
Like our old rival.
Yeah. This will be his first against an SEC opponent since joining McNeese State. But, Coach added them to the list of hopeful non-conference victims, but that happened yesterday. That news came out. But I tell you what, the Cowboys were 30-4 last year. Fell to Gonzaga in the opening round of the tournament.
Yeah, right. But this is another tournament team.
Yeah, this is not a bad basketball team.
No. Like, he's scheduling everyone that he can possibly get. I mean, think about this. Purdue, now they're not going to have their big man, right? He's going in the NBA draft, but they're still a good program. They were in the Final Four last year. They beat NC State and then lost to Connecticut. I love the fact that they're doing the home and home there. That's what I think. It's awesome. McNeese, another team that has, it gives you some interest. With basketball, it's just kind of, it's amazing. I mean, the fact that we're going out there and we're playing everyone, love that, and absolutely love that. And I've never been more excited about Alabama basketball than I am right now.
Me either. And I'll tell you, these games, like I mentioned yesterday, it's only getting you better. Win or lose, it gets you better and then get you ready for March and that tournament. Yeah,
no doubt. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now, before we get into what's going on today, you have fallen in love with the Stallions.
I wouldn't say fell in love, but I have a love interest with the Stallions. Uh, I've been whining and dining that, and I would say that we're pretty much on a dating type of level now. I love the Stallions. I love this UFL. Look, Mick, I love football, and anytime I could sit there on in the middle of May and watch some quality football, and I think this is quality football with a little edge to it. I love it. Yesterday had a blockbuster game between Birmingham and St. Louis. St. Louis had A.J. McCarron at quarterback. That's interesting to me. When I was out and about yesterday, people were talking about there's a lot going on in town, and I was out and about, and folks were getting ready to watch the Stallions at 3:00, which
Really?
is weird. Yes, which is weird to me. Birmingham is a huge football market anyway, and they're number one for the UFL. The Stallions are so good, and I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
really do. And
That's
if you
cool.
haven't checked it out, check it out. You're gonna like it.
AJ McCarron was on one team, and the Stallions were the other team. That's pretty cool.
Giddy up.
Well, give us what's going on today, Brett. Let's wrap it up here strong.
Let's wrap it up here strong. And of course, I'm not prepared.
You're not prepared for that. Well,
I'm not prepared for that. Today is the 12th day of May, and I will say that I am prepared for it. I got my stuff pulled up now. Today's birthdays, Steve Winwood. You like him?
love Steve Winwood. Love it.
76 today.
I love Steve Winwood. I've never seen him in concert, but I'm a Steve Winwood fan. Now, if his songs come on, I'll turn him up on in the car if I'm in that mood. But and he's good, man. Just I'm not saying I like seek Steve Winwood out,
Right?
But if he's playing,
but if
a lot of times
on the radio,
yeah, you get sucked into a Steve Winwood song.
What about Billy Squire? He's 74 today.
Yeah, he's okay to me.
He's okay. Let's see. Also on the celebrity birthdays, Tony Hawk, the professional skateboarder, is 55 today.
Man, do you remember Tony Hawk was like doing all the tricks and like we all wanted to skate. I had Vans when I was a kid, try to skateboard, and I wasn't that good at it. And then when I was like in high school, I didn't have a ride anywhere, so I learned how to ride a skateboard. And I had I would drive. I mean, I'd be all over town, and it wasn't because I was trying to do tricks like Tony Hawk. I was just trying to go to where I was trying to go to there for a minute, like the whole summer of me on the skateboard. And there was this huge hill by my house, and I remember I would get on the skateboard and go down the hill. I was so stupid. Somebody could have ran me over. But I didn't even think about it. I was like, I'll be all right. Come down that hill. And then a couple times I wiped out, which sucked. But then when I've got through the hill, when I started actually getting down the hill, I would coast all the way home because the hill was so big.
Yeah.
On a skateboard.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you know how to surf?
Oh yeah. Well, you know that. I thought we taled about this. I surfed in Hawaii. I love surfing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I almost drowned surfing. I think that, you don't know. And I guess, well, some of us probably do. I don't know. But for me, I don't know how close to death I was, but I got caught in what they call the grinder, right? So you go in the wave, and I was trying to get on top of the wave for some stupid reason when you're supposed to go inside the wave. And I got caught in this, and my board, they have a cord. It broke off. I was under deep, dark water. I couldn't, I didn't know which way was up or which way was down. And that's the thing that really scared me, and then eventually my shoulder hit the coral, where I was surfing, and I spun, pushed up. And I just remember not having air for a long time. And when I got my head to the surface, getting that breath, oh, I'm going to make it, because there was this, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I had to talk myself out of panicking when I was underwater. And I don't know how long I was underwater, but I'm telling you, dude, it felt like I was underwater for 2 minutes or something, 3 minutes. I don't know. And then I haven't really surfed since.
Can't say that I blame you.
It was scary.
That's
but it's fun. Now it's fun, but it just that last time was one where I was like, man,
it's probably my last time. Kicks Brooks. So Brooks had done 69 today.
Yeah, Brooks and Dunn. I told you that Marie song. I love that Marie song.
Today is Mother's Day, of course.
Yeah, happy. Sorry, Brett. I keep interrupting you. I'm just shooting. I'm jumping the gun here. But my grandmother was really my mom. So. And I loved my grandmother, and I think of my grandmother all the time. She just did things that you do for your kids for me. And I honestly, like, looking back now, I kind of feel a little bit ashamed that my cousins didn't get the same love from my grandmother that I did. She loved all of us, but she just cared for me, so thinking about her every Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
How about you?
Yeah, love my mother. I couldn't do I wouldn't be where I am today without her, and I love her deeply, and she doesn't watch the show, but that's okay.
Pass the word along to Mom Elmo.
Yeah, that's right. So today's National Mother's Day, so celebrate that. Today's International Nurses Day. Today is also National Nutty Fudge Day. Okay.
Something that I can't eat because I got a tree nut allergy.
That is right. Yeah. Today is National Tampon Day. So
does it coincide with Mother's Day?
I guess so. I don't make.
Don't be mad at me.
Don't be mad at me. Look, don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying? It was this day in 1925.
I'm just your cohort in this.
Yeah, 1925. Yogi Berra born on this day.
Oh, man, what a guy. 10 World Series rings. And, somebody broke into his house, professional thieves, right? These guys were like, not just, this? Like they were like, they finally caught, I think they caught the ring, but it was like a ring of thieves that did like professional jobs. They stole his World Series rings. They were going to try to sell them, right? Yeah. But they couldn't sell them because they're valueless, because you can't say, hey, I got Yogi Berra's rings that were stolen. Right.
Yeah.
So apparently he had one ring when he died from his 10, and they melted the other 9 down, according to the reports that I read. And that's a shame. Wow. But one of the all-time great personalities in the game of baseball. Obviously, it ain't over till the fat lady sings is one of his sayings. He had a bunch of sayings about everything. Yogi Berra, maybe the greatest catcher in baseball history. The greatest catcher in baseball history.
There you go. And finally, this day in history, 1963, Bob Dylan declines an invitation to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show when he's told he can't play the song Talking John Birch Society Blues. And that was a big deal because if you went on the Ed Sullivan Show, you made it.
Oh, yeah, right. What was about that song? Why wouldn't they let him play that song?
I guess it was just too controversial for them, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob Dylan's a terrible singer, but he's an amazing poet and awesome songwriter. And the Grateful Dead cover some of his songs, and they do them better than he did. But it's not even close, right? Bobby Weir sung a lot of them, I think. Like kind of back in the 90s, they started doing some. They actually toured with Dylan as well. But there's one that he sings, stuck in Mobile, but having the Memphis Blues or whatever.
Stuck is out of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again.
You got to listen to the Dead's version of it. It's better than his, but it's so long, but lyrically, it really is awesome. Well, I do like Bob Dylan. And honestly, I like his voice too. I just don't I couldn't listen to a lot of songs with his voice.
I saw him live at City Stages one year in Birmingham, and I couldn't understand a word he said, but I enjoyed it. That's great.
I saw Ray Charles at City Stages.
Oh man,
it was great.
I would have loved to have seen that.
What a musician. Yeah. When you can go from one genre of music to another and kill it. That's what it's all about. That's kind of what the music business is. All right, Brett, tell everyone about your amazing show that comes on Monday through Friday on WJLX in Jasper.
Yeah, join me Monday through Friday. If you like classic rock, classic hits, Join me, WJLX1015.com. You can stream it live there. Any mobile app, just to say, hey, play WJLX on, play WJLX 1015, and it'll do it. And so join me, man. Look forward to seeing you in the morning, 6 a.m. sharp.
All right, brother. I love the show. One group that I've heard on your show lately that deserves to be on the radio more is Led Zeppelin. So it is great to have some Zeppelin on there, little Zeppelin. Show's also brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Choctaw. Don't forget, guys, they're celebrating 30 years. Boys to Men are going to be there this summer. Brett and I are planning on going to that, and Big and Rich with Gretchen Wilson. And dude, I need to get a picture with the Boys to Men guys.
Yeah, really.
That would be cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dancing Rabbit Golf Course is the Augusta you can play. They've got Timeout Sports Lounge, which is the sports book, Vegas style. You can bet legally at Pearl River. It's fun. You got 20 TVs with all the games and NBA playoffs right now, MLB, NASCAR, which I love betting NASCAR. You guys know that. And more table game slots, all of that stuff, Pearl River Resort. All right, great job again, my friend.
You too, my friend.
You guys, love you guys, and Roll Tide. What's that, Brett?
I said you too, my friend.
Oh, thank you. And for you guys, 5,500 subscribers and rolling. Roll Tide.